Hi, my name is Dr. Lawrence Palevsky. I'm a board-certified pediatrician in New York State. I am currently practicing holistic pediatrics in New York City and Long Island. My past experience has been pediatric intensive care medicine, pediatric ER medicine, inpatient pediatrics, neonatal ICU medicine, newborn nursery medicine, outpatient medicine, and teaching of medical students and residents. And currently, I have a consultative practice in primary care and working with parents who have children with chronic illness. My goal is to help parents stay well. It's a practice of wellness, not treating disease. I start with the paradigm that children have the innate capacity to heal. My job is to get out of the way and allow them to heal and grow, and to provide the families with opportunities to learn dietary, environmental, lifestyle, supplement, and other ways of understanding how to help their children grow and thrive, and how to get out of the way of their children so they can grow and thrive as well. So I'd like to invite you to ACAM's annual meeting in Las Vegas, November of 2015. I'll be giving a 1-hour lecture entitled "Vaccinations, Are They Safe and Effective?" on Friday morning, November 13th. I invite you to come and hear a perspective that we as physicians, clinicians, and other practitioners may not have heard in our medical training. We are taught basically that the studies have been done to show that vaccines are safe and that they are safer than the actual diseases that we're vaccinating against. And over the 28 years since I graduated medical school, I have found that there is information that actually suggests greater concern about the safety of vaccinations. And we have an epidemic of chronic illness in children, neurological dysfunction, mitochondrial dysfunction, immunological dysfunction. And there is enough evidence about the ingredients in vaccines to demonstrate how, in fact, these ingredients that are known to cause neurological, immunological, and mitochondrial defects in animals are also doing the same thing in our children. So in this lecture, I will be reviewing the state of current chronic illness in children. Right now, the data show that 54% of children have at least one of 20 chronic illnesses today. And so I will be showing the audience how the biochemistry of the vaccine ingredients could actually be contributing to the defects that we're seeing in these children with chronic illness. And most people aren't aware that the studies have not been done on these chemicals. And in fact, if we look at the ways in which these chemicals in the vaccines work, we can start to understand why we're seeing these chronic illnesses in children today. I think one of the things that I have found in going to ACAM is that there's a greater interest in investigating topics that may not be presented in the mainstream of medicine. And so there have been many lectures over the years on vaccinations. This is my second time talking to the audience about vaccinations. The first one was in 2009. And the information I'm going to present this time is very different than the information I presented 6 years ago. And, you know, it's a struggle for most physicians when they are administering vaccines in their office and they're following the standard protocol of what vaccines are supposed to be doing and how they've been investigated to be completely safe, to then begin to understand that actually there may be a conflict in what they've been told is true and what they may now be finding out is more true than what they previously believed. And so what it does is it starts an internal dialogue for many of the clinicians if they're interested in going beyond what they're told and beginning to think on their own and look at some of the harder data to see if, in fact, what they were told may not be completely true. So the hope is that the physicians in the audience begin to go beyond what they were told and investigate the information that I'm going to present for themselves and see if what I present actually makes sense to them. Not necessarily just to listen to me, but to use the information and explore the subject even further. Because I'm hoping that physicians would then begin to implement the precautionary principle, which means that you're going to first do no harm, truly first do no harm, which is the oath that we took when we graduated our medical schools.